Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Flamme Rouge. Now, Flamme Rouge is a quicker game than a lot of the games that I have previously been doing, especially in the last few weeks or months. I quite like this game. I think that it's a worthwhile one to have an idea of how it plays. There currently is approximately 2 expansions, I think. There may be more. I think Board Game Geek is listing 10, 12, a lot of expansions, but that's little stuff. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 expansions available in shops. I will be getting them. I think that this game needs those expansions. I've played it and played it and played it. Well, I've played it 3 times. It's an ongoing thing. It will come out for future games. But the issue I've got is that it's a 4-player game. So you're kind of limited. But one of those expansions makes it larger. I believe it takes it to 6 players. I may be incorrect on that. Please have a look at the expansions to get an idea of the actual numbers. But at least does expand the number of players to something that's usable within my game nights. Because I tend to have at least 6 players coming and playing, including myself. So Flamme Rouge is a racing game. Now, my experience with racing games has not been great. I've done the D-Day games and I was like, oh yeah, okay, roll, move, and that's yeah, okay, that's a thing. I've played a couple of other games where you just roll and move, and you're rolling different dice to move different mounts, or you can gradually speed up to be able to do those extra dice and things like that. And look, they're okay. Some of them work, some of them not so well. But I found this one works really nicely. The reason this one works is it's not based on dice. It's based on cards. You have 2 cyclists. You have 2 decks of cards. You're drawing out of those decks a number of cards into your hand. So draw from one deck, choose which one you're going to go, which tells you how far your cyclist can go. Then put those ones underneath the deck, bring up the next set, and choose how far he's going. What you're trying to do is sit them behind each other. If you sit them with one space in between, the one at the back will actually get to push forward. And so doing that actually helps you and can help you actually win the game. It can help you get right to the end. But if you're at the front of that all the time, you're going to take negatives. It's possible to play with those negatives coming in, but ignoring them, there's at some point you're going to get caught out. The negatives is you can only move 2 with the cyclist, and it's a special coloured card, but you can only move 2. There's a real push and pull, and the game actually exists on at what point am I going to go for it. If you go for it too early, there's a really high likelihood everyone behind will catch up, and they'll still have their high cards in their hand. If you go too late, then someone else has probably already gone. So picking that right moment to go is really intrinsic to this game. I've enjoyed my play of it. I've found that everyone's kind of stuck together, and then we break out and suddenly there's 2 groups, 2 clusters of riders going. And I'm not someone who watches cycling on TV, but I believe that's something that happens. That these riders stay in clusters, and it's because there's push-pull thing that's going on. Within the box, the base box, because I'm only talking about base box, is a quasi-expansion, but it's not really. It's kind of, these are the basic rules, this is the add-on. I will do both lots in my Gamesplanation, so you can get a real feel for how they play, what the kind of the effect of each of these things is, and it really comes down to hills, how you go up hills, how you come down hills. This is a quick game. The explanation should be relatively fast, so please go and have a look at it. I don't really have any major issues with this game. It's a racing game, so it's, it is what it is. But the way that it's been put together to actually make the racing work, I think it does actually come up really nicely and really well with that, compared to those other games I was talking about earlier. You have 2 cyclists. Each of your cyclists has a different thing going for them. One of them has really easy, kind of a straightforward build up of the numbers, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The other one has quite a few of these low numbers, but then a few 9s, a few really high numbers, and it enables him to go for a sprint. That's actually called the sprinter, strangely enough. It enables him to go for that sprint as we get towards the end, so if you're able to save up the 9s. Is the person over there going to do the same thing? Who's in the right spot to be able to get across that line first? Look, I think I'll leave it there. Go on, watch my Gamesplanation to get a real good feel for how Flamme Rouge actually plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.